Hello, good morning. You are watching QTV this morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde. Thanks for joining us. And on the program, I'm joined by Julde Njai. Julde looking fresh and, younger this morning.
And fly.
Yeah, good morning, Julde.
Thank you, thank you.
How are you doing?
I am fine, Balde.
That's nice. I mean, there are people that, anything they wear, I mean, it fits. I mean, it looks good on them. And I think Julde is one of them. I don't know why. Is it your height or something?
Maybe.
I don't know. But at some point, if you wear African, it fits you. If you wear this type of clothing, it fits you. I love these clothes on you.
Thank you. I must say I am flattered. Thank you so much. Good morning to you. Good morning to our viewers. From wherever you're watching us, we are always good to be back in this program.
True. Yes.
Mr. Ade, I see you laughing.
I'm smiling, not laughing, smiling. I enjoyed what he said, that, whatever you wear. And you're right, there are some people for whom maybe they just know how to dress themselves.
It works for them.
They just know how to dress themselves well. So, yeah,
and it looks simple.
I think
sometimes,
you and I are not like that.
you don't need to be wealthy to look beautiful,
Good.
I mean, in your clothes.
Sure.
At this point, we'll take this opportunity to extend our heartfelt condolences to the family of Gorgimbub. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi rajiun. The death of Gorgimbub is announced today. We've received that information. Gorgimbub was battling with a sickness. The sad news occurred in the early hours of this morning on Wednesday, this Wednesday morning. The burial will take place at 2 p.m. at Ibo Town. May Allah forgive his shortcomings and grant him Jannatul Firdausi and to all departed souls.
Amen.
Well, that's a sad one.
Yeah.
And we did not see that coming at this time.
Downbeat note.
Gorgimbub been very influential when it comes to fighting those that, that cause crimes. I mean, we've seen a lot of improvement when he was handling the anti-crime unit of the Gambia. A lot of apprehension have been done via his efforts. So I think it's important for us to recognize some of these things, Julde.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just taking this opportunity, like you said, to pay condolences to his family, and we are praying to Allah to forgive his shortcoming and grant him Jannatul Firdaus. Gorgimbub, anyone who knows it knows that Gorgimbub is an individual who is so influential in this country. He used to head the PIU anti-crime unit in Bijilo, and he has played a pivotal role as far as security of this country is concerned. So he is not somebody new. Everybody knows who Gorgimbub is. Aside from Jammeh, I think at some point he was the most famous person in the Gambia, especially during the TRRC.
Indeed, as we said, condolences to the family, and may his soul rest in peace.
Well, I mean, it's a sad one. Like I said, we did not see this coming, but we pray and hope Allah will give the family the strength to bear this loss. Julde, I think you have to take us through what we have today.
What's on the menu?
What's on the menu?
Okay, Balde. So we have our African proverb as usual, and also we are expecting the deputy or the acting PRO of the Gambia Police Force, Modu Musa Sisa, to update us on the Jarume Koto accident that allegedly left 8 people dead. That the number has rose to 8 according to the information that I got, but he will clarify that. He will be here. And the Q Group Foundation donates to Muslim Senior Secondary School. We will also have those bureaus and then have a discussion on that. Bundung Maternity or Maternal Health Clinic Awards. We will be expecting.
So at this point, at this point, I think there is a change of the personnel that are coming on the program.
Okay.
Yes, but they will update us when they are in the studio. On that regard, yes.
Yeah. So the Fashion Week Gambia, we are also expecting Lena Gray Johnson, who is the co-founder of Fashion Week Gambia, and also Ali Achieng. She will also be here to update us on that. And Sports Wall with Momodu Gajaga. So these and others coming ahead in the next hour or so.
Absolutely. Julde, the reason why I put this proverb here. I mean, yesterday I think we were a little bit confused.
Yeah.
Okay, they've changed it again. They've changed the proverb again.
No,
Okay.
This is the one I was given.
Well, this is the one that you were giving,
Yes.
but
You
it's
have
not.
another
It's not the one on the running order.
Oh, give me
Yes.
the one on the running order then.
The reason why
yes.
we
Yes.
maintain that one on the running order
Yes.
is for us to discuss it, because Julde at some point yesterday, I think I can remember, you said it's a bit confusing. I can remember something.
So what is
Someone
it?
said something about this proverb.
Yeah, that it
We've had a
wasn't
few
straightforward.
confusing ones.
Education
Yeah.
is about learning a lot, how little you know.
Yeah, that was our yesterday's proverb.
That's yesterday.
Yeah,
So we
and
couldn't treat it yesterday.
we did actually.
couldn't.
I think you gave your example that one.
Oh,
has
our
to be
own
learning
Mr. Cole is back.
every day.
Yes. All right. So, what do you make of this proverb?
Yeah, I mean, that is what education should be about. Because if you knew everything, you wouldn't need to be educated. And so, by getting educated, you realize that there's a lot you don't know. And that way you get educated. So yes, education is about learning how little you know. Because, if you knew everything, you wouldn't need to be educated because you knew everything already. Yeah, well, it's no problem with that. It's not particularly confusing.
Julde.
I'm surprised that he said that was confusing, because I think we delved into that with
Yesterday.
Troy. Yeah. No, we could not.
No,
we did
we
not have
couldn't.
yesterday.
We didn't have
That was
time
day
to-
before
we-
yesterday.
we did
actually,
not.
Time to
we did not have the
resolve
time
it.
to actually
Yeah.
go
Exactly.
into it in
Yeah.
detail.
So that's why
Yeah.
I said we should do this
You wanted to
again.
bring it back.
Yes.
back,
You
so
don't
that we
like.
can.
So well, I've given you my take.
Yeah.
What's
So
yours?
Julde, what do you think?
I'll come last.
You'll come last?
Yes.
So it's telling you, the more you learn, the more you know. The more you understand, okay, there is little that I've learned previously. You understand? The more you go deep, the more you become the master, the more you learn. Because if you don't learn education, if you're not educated, this means you know little.
Yeah.
And when you refuse to learn, it means you don't want to grow. So growing is about knowing the little, that like improving, and also knowing that, okay, this is little that I know. I don't know if I'm making sense.
You're not making sense.
Yeah. It's bunkum. I know it's bunkum,
But honestly, I mean, when I first joined QTV, I told the team, when I gathered the team, I said my own personal motto is I want to learn something new every day. And I said, I'm not insisting that should be their motto, but I said I think it's a good one, particularly if you're a journalist. It means that you learn, you research, and so on. And one of the tests I gave people when I came was whether they could name all 54 countries of Africa. I'm ashamed to say I think the most anybody got was 15, which is quite terrible. Now you're looking wide-eyed. We're going to challenge you to name them if you give us that look again.
Yes, Mr. Ade. Yes. I mean,
But it's not an easy one. It's not an easy one because there are some countries that people think, oh, is that really a country in Africa? I'd never heard of it.
Windhoek.
People like, no, Windhoek is a place. It's in Namibia. But that's, so you have
Seychelles,
places
I
like
thought it
Saint
was
Tomé,
not- yeah,
you
Saint
have
Tomé.
Seychelles that
Yeah.
people
I
had
thought
kind
it
of
was
not.
not in Africa before.
Where Seychelles?
Yeah.
So you have Comoros. You have all of these
Yeah.
ones that people don't
There was,
necessarily think.
there
of
was
when
a,
they-
I mean, there
And
is
the
It's not an
famous
easy
South
one.
Africa.
yeah, South
Famous
Africa.
South Africa.
There is a
South Africa,
country.
everybody will get
There is a
that.
country.
Because the reason why I said that is because most people think that because they don't really count themselves as Africans, so
Oh.
they're really
South
out of Africa.
South
Yeah, I mean
Africa.
their culture in terms of their culture, tradition, and also they have most white people in South Africa. So most of these people would think that okay, maybe it's not really part of the African country.
Do you know what the white population of South Africa is? It's 10%.
10% of the population.
As compared to
Miss
other
Ade,
African countries.
you know, I am a bit confused.
Yeah.
There is a country in Africa
Yeah.
I think for the past 25 years.
Yeah.
I thought that country is part of the United States.
Which
I
country is
forgot
that?
the name, but
Okay.
anytime it pops up, it has this name like. So I mean, it's more of American name. So at some point, there was a time I was looking at countries that West Africans can visit without a
Without
visa.
visa.
So that's the time I saw the country. I was like, oh boy.
I'm trying to think what country that could be.
I think if I remember, I'll send it to you.
Let me know. I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
So my own interpretation of this proverb is that the more you learn, the more you actually realize that you don't know enough. The more you go into stuff, the more you do research, the more you realize that, oh, I think I have a long way to go. So, but if you don't learn, if you don't have the mind to learn, or you don't hunger to learn really, I think you will just be ignorant or arrogant at some point, because you will think that you know everything. That applies to many people who think that, okay, I know this, but when in real sense, they don't actually know. So I think the more you learn, the more you get to know that, oh, I have a long way to go as far as learning is concerned. So you can never exhaust learning.
Yeah, this is true, and I think that's the attitude, as I said, that I tried to sort of inculcate, you know, in my team, and say, you know, never think you know it all. Never think, oh, I've reached the top. People say, oh, you're the best in the Gambia. I mean, to me, that's nothing. If somebody says that to one of my staff, you know, so you know, I say to them, just brush it off. Don't let it go to your head. Yeah. You know, you should always seek knowledge, and I think that way you improve yourself and, you know, the quality of the work that you put out. So yeah, definitely one that I definitely subscribe to.
Yes, I mean, I think we need to learn. We need to keep learning. Life is about learning. Learning can come in different forms and different ways. I mean, you don't need to go to school just to learn. I mean, you learn every day. Wherever you are, you need to learn something.
Something happens to you and it teaches you a lesson.
If you are a farmer, you need to learn. Yeah. If you are a herdsman, you need to learn. If you're a teacher, you need to learn. You understand? Yeah. I can tell you, Mr. Ade, I mean, I met a guy. He did not go to school. But I'll tell you, that guy can write better than many university students.
Yeah? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll be surprised to know that. Yeah, and I was surprised to see him writing. I asked him, how did you get to this point?
Oh, which is what I was about to ask you.
He said, I did not go to school. You understand? Right. But I have my little brothers who goes to school. Right. So you understand? Right. So they are always together, and what he does, he learned from them. But he did not go to the classroom, but he can write better. The guy is like, he is good, you know. So I mean, some people too are gifted.
Some people do, and they just don't get the opportunity. But it doesn't mean they're stupid just because they didn't go to school, as you've just said in that example. And yes, it's good. But yeah, I think at the basis of it is that even if you have a PhD, don't think I know everything. Even if you're a rocket scientist, don't think I know everything. You will always there'll always be things you don't know. Then, you know,
True. I mean, we'll take a short break. After the break, the program will continue. We'll be right back.
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. .5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket. Amazing. With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected. Juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Yeah, so we are back, and this is QTV this morning. Now I remember it's Georgia.
Georgia?
Yes. I'm seeing a list of Gambian passport holders where you can travel.
Georgia is next to Russia. It's next door to Russia. It's a former Soviet republic. It's not in Africa.
It's more of an e-visa thing then.
Right. Yes,
Georgia.
Yes, Georgia,
you
yes.
Know,
so yeah, Georgia.
I'm seeing Georgia, India, Gabon. You know,
Gabon is definitely in Africa, as
so I'm seeing Georgia. I'm seeing Georgia in the list of African countries.
In list of African countries.
Yes.
Oh, then that's not correct. That's not. There's no African.
Then there must be an amalgamation.
Well, yes. Somebody who compiled the list doesn't know that they need to learn because Georgia is definitely not in. It's a former Soviet republic and it's next door to Russia.
Okay.
Yeah,
Russia.
It's,
why do if people mention Russia? I mean, almost everybody have the same mental picture of Russia.
Which is what?
Communist. I mean,
it hasn't been a communist country for a long time.
Yes.
When it was the Soviet Union, which was made up of, there are now 16 countries that used to belong to the Soviet Union. Now they're independent countries, Latvia, Estonia, Ukraine, and so on. At one point, they were all part of the Soviet Union, and then that was a communist system, but it hasn't been a communist system. It's got a bit of a dictatorship at the moment, where Putin, there are no term limits, so he could be president for as long as he wants, you know. But it's not a communist nation anymore, and hasn't been since the Soviet Union broke up, really.
True. Yeah, so, I mean, Julde, do you have anything on the papers?
Yeah, I have the Standard, Point, Fourier, and the Voice newspaper, and the headline on the Standard newspaper is Economic Mission extended by 1 more year, which was on our news.
That's right. Over the weekend, that was decided. Yeah.
We have seen that coming.
Yeah, I mean, it's not new,
it's not
news.
It's not news. We were told that it was going to happen, that it was likely to happen. But I think the news that came out of that conference that I think everybody felt was quite shocked by was that ECOWAS decided to send a stabilization force to Sierra Leone because of the attempted coup. And as I speak, last night, the Inspector General of Police announced that the former president, Ernest Bai Koroma, is a criminal suspect, to use his words, in the coup attempt of 2 weeks ago. So that was quite shocking news as well. So, but Sierra Leoneans were like, what? Stabilization force? Do we need one? But apparently they do. So ECOWAS have said they will send such a force. But yeah, so that's one. Yes.
Okay,
what else?
The other one is National Assembly approved $29 billion expenditure for 2024. $29 billion expenditure.
Yes, that's...
let's go.
That's a lot. That's enough to keep Balde in telephones for quite a while.
Billion is a lot of money.
I have the voice. NRP MP Jawara describes the 2024 budget, I think, to pick up on what you've just said, as the worst in Gambian history. That's his view. As ever with these headlines, one would have to read this story to find out why he considers it the worst in Gambian history. But that's quite some statement to make. You know, that's quite a statement. Gambia police forensic experts in custody of exhibits of Sukuta gun attack. There are a few stories around the gun attack. There's one where it is alleged that the alleged shooter gave a confession to the police. So yeah, I mean, quite a lot happening. You also have the Gambia disturbed by debt distress. This is a Woolly East member says. We talk about debt. I heard them talking in the National Assembly a lot about the country's debt and how we go. And I don't know if I want to embarrass.
How we can mitigate that, situation?
Yeah, it's a difficult one.
How can we do that when we are just taking loans and loans and loans?
Well, yeah, I mean, and you know, I hear people saying we're just taking loans, but when you tell those same people to pay more tax, they don't want to pay more tax. But, you know, if we say we're a tax-based economy, it means that, you know, everybody pays the tax they should pay. We want these things, but we don't want to pay more tax to get these things. And then when we don't pay more tax and government takes loans, we say, oh, they're taking loans. So we can't have it both ways, but we do want to have it both ways. You know, we don't want to pay more tax, but we say, oh, at the same time, government shouldn't take loans.
So you think the tax that we are paying is not enough?
It will never be enough. There's no country where they will tell you that the tax that is paid is enough. Not a country in the world that can tell you that. That's an impossibility.
Salaries are stagnant, Mr. Adi.
Let alone a country where tax collection is
so
so poor. You know. So yeah. Sorry, what was that?
I mean, salaries are stagnant. So if people are to, the government should increase taxes, then it means it will create more and more burden and poverty into the Gambian people. Because if your salary is, for instance, $10,000 for the last 5 or 10 years ago, and then you're still expected to pay a 2,000 or 3,000 tax, and then it will be increased, then what are you going to do?
How many people are in that situation where the 10 years you stay on the same salary? Most people, it might not be huge, but you probably get a salary increment every now and then. Every now and then.
Government.
Mr. Ade, I mean, I don't.
But government are not the only employers.
I don't have a problem of salary
sector as well.
of paying tax. I mean, but at some point, if the tax is translating in the lives of the people, I mean, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, Mr. Ade, we struggle to get to work. I mean, I told you, for the past almost 2-3 months, the Talinding road have been blocked. I mean,
blocked because of what?
They are walking on the road, and it's taking.
Stop right there. No.
I know where.
Stop.
I'm not
right
stopping.
There.
I'm not stopping.
You have to stop right
I'm
there.
not going to stop. But I mean,
you've just shot yourself in the foot.
I have to make my point.
No, don't make. You've just made your point.
I have to make my point.
You've just made
If I don't, no, come on, Mr. Ade, come on, man, come on, man.
Allow Balde to
make your point.
Come on, man.
Make your point.
We have so many people like Mr. Ade.
You want improvement, but you don't want the work to.
No, what I'm saying, the job is one thing. But it's taking so long.
Please.
It's the duration. That's what I'm talking about.
You'd rather they did it quickly and badly than took their time and did it well? What are you saying? That's insane.
Mr. Ade, that doesn't even take, it doesn't even take like 100 meters.
Listen.
Mr. I think Mr. Ade,
I mean, Africa, do you see the problem that we have?
To justify Balde's point, I think he is right at
it's taking so long
about this thing, because in the Gambia here, I mean, it's typical of the Gambian to have a project that would have last him for only 1 week, and it will take him months to complete.
It's taking almost over 2 months to work on that 100-meter thing, Mr. Ade.
Yeah, you'll be the same one if they finished it in a month, and then next 6 months there are potholes. You'll be saying, these people, they didn't take their time, they done it badly. You'll be the same one who'll be bitching and moaning and whining about it. You can't have it both ways.
China is working on roads only one night.
China.
And they finished that work for one day. 200 meters.
Trust
I mean,
me.
just for one day.
We're not China. No African country is
Mr.
China.
I think we need to believe in ourselves sometimes.
No, well, you obviously don't.
We have to be more serious as a country, really. We have to be more serious and steadfast in terms of development.
No, definitely. I think sometimes the people that the government award contracts to, some of them, I think they want to see the pains of the people, of the inhabitants of this country, because taking that long to walk on that road is really difficult. It's inconvenient for us, Mr. Ade.
You think the people that you're talking about, they drive on different roads? They drive on those same roads. They feel the pain just as much as you. Where do they fly or go by helicopter to work? They drive on those same roads. They feel your pain.
We'll come back to that. Let's talk to the police PRO. We'll come back to that. All right. So we have the Deputy Police PRO, Mr. Sisao, on the line. Good morning, Deputy PRO.
Thank you, and thanks for having me. Thank you so much.
Well, it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Yes, over the phone. We spoke on Tuesday over the phone that we'll be talking to you about the incident in Jarume Koto. So I want you to clarify, because we have Jarume Koto and Jarume Kuta. So people are trying to amalgamate those two, Kuta and Koto.
Yes. Thank you very much. Actually, the incident occurred in Jarume Koto. Jarume Koto is where the incident occurred. Yes, actually.
Yes.
Carry on.
Hello, are you with me?
Yes. We are getting you loud and clear.
Well. Yes, it occurred in Jarumekoto actually. This happened in the night into the morning of the other day. The said vehicle actually crossed Janjanbure going towards the Jarumes. On the way going to Jarume, I guess crossing the vehicle itself had a fault and could not just independently move out of the ferry. So it was made to be moved out of the ferry, and the driver was able to go to a nearby mechanic seater, commonly called, where the vehicle could be maintained or be able to move. It was there until the following day in the evening. Then he decided to actually proceed on the journey. From those who know Janjambure, when you cross, you have what we call Lamenkoto. So it's from Lamenkoto, then you have the Jarumes. So from Lamenkoto, the vehicle driver was able to go through to Jarume, where he found these people having to have their celebration party actually on the route. We could not establish exactly, as I speak to you at the moment, I did not get that information, whether it's actually on the road, like they actually have their seats and their musical instruments on the road, or it was by the side of the road, but people would actually be on the road for one reason or the other. So this is where the vehicle was able to ram into these people, and unfortunately led to what actually happened in Jarume that very day.
Yes.
And I think for one reason or the other, according to information received, he could not stop. He tried to flee away, and maybe for his life actually. And then at a point whether the vehicle could not go, he abandoned the vehicle. But we also have information from the military after their post on Facebook that when they were informed of this, they pursued the driver and they found the vehicle. They brought back the vehicle and continued on the pursuit, and they were able to find him with the Firdaus police post. From there, we can see from Jarume we have Firdaus. So where he was, then they were able to hand him over to the military to take him to the police command in Janjambure. So this is what happened that very day. As we speak today, the driver and the vehicle are currently with the police. Investigation into the matter is ongoing because there has been a lot that has been said about the vehicle and also even the driver as far as the accident is concerned.
Yes. I mean, my concern here is when you cross from Makati to Wasu,
yes.
you understand, there is a military checkpoint. You have to cross that before you get to the Jarume Koto. At some point, I mean, didn't they realize that truck wasn't having good brakes?
That's the issue, because it's confusing. Having to cross Janjambure, you have Lamenkoto. Then from Lamenkoto Badala, then you have the military checkpoint.
Yes,
then
yes.
From the military
yes.
checkpoint, then you would have the Jarume.
Yeah,
Okay?
yes.
Because there has also been claimed that the driver said the brake failed. So, meaning having to pass the military checkpoint, you have to actually pass. And you cannot just come past. You have to stop, and they will check you.
Absolutely.
And then you will pass, especially in the night. Meaning also then there has to be lights on the vehicle. So this is what happened. He claimed that the brake, because he was at the garage, and this is what happened. The vehicle was meant, and he proceeded. The brake was working at the time, but when this incident actually occurred at the time, the brakes were faulty. We got that information. So you are quite right. So this is something that is also looked into. But however, what happened actually happened, and the way forward is, because we had a meeting around this when it happened, because this is a tragic incident. It's a concern for the Gambia police force, as it is for the entire nation, having to lose seven lives on the spot. And during the meeting, some of the issues are highlighted and what's the way forward, because this can't continue. We've been having tragic accidents in country, especially in the urban area, in the combos. But in the rural area where the traffic is very, it's not very tight, but again, looking at the time that it actually occurred, and like I would tell people, we also have to look at the other aspect of it, just for precaution purposes, because in the combo, when actually people are involved in having to have public gathering, and even on the road, we have public gathering on the road. So what would happen is that they would apply for permits on the road. They would apply for permits on the road through the Inspector General of Police, and Inspector General of Police, and they will be allowed to use the area, and that place would be barricaded. And this also applies to the rural area. It is important that we take note of this anytime that we be occupying public spaces, especially the road, that the police are informed so that precautions can be in place, especially such kind of a road. This is not to blame anybody at the moment, but it's just for precautions to people to understand that it is, yes, we can use the public space, but also when we are using them, we try as much as possible to put precautionary measures in place in the event that anything, because then people may not know at the time what's happening, and especially how the unfortunate event actually occurred. Driver brake, as he claimed, failed to hold, and people are already on the ground. So this is what is happening. And at the moment, the people have been tested, investigations are ongoing, and the plan is to swiftly forward this to the court to decide on the matter.
All right. Unfortunately, I mean, 15 vehicles. I mean, I snapped on Monday. You know, they were plying the road, some without lights, and it's in the night. Some with only one light. I have the pictures with me, and I wanted to share that with you on the program. So I think you need to be pragmatic too. You need to be able to do certain things to prevent people. I mean, imagine a vehicle driving in night, you know, dark without lights. And Mr. Ade will step in here because he also complained a lot about that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's Balde mentions this because it's a bit of an obsession of mine. I get stopped at a checkpoint and I see the car in front of me has no lights. They get stopped and then they waved on, and they probably go to another checkpoint and they get stopped. And I have to be blunt about this. I don't think we're serious about this. We cannot be the only country in the world where more people died from road traffic accidents than from COVID, as was mentioned at this trauma and injury launch yesterday. That's an embarrassment. You know, we have to get serious about this. And one of the things about getting serious is that when vehicles have one light or no light, take them off the damn road. I'm sorry. You know, I don't know why they should be on the road at all. And yet we see them every day. And people die and we wonder, oh, how did this happen? That's how it happens. So, you know, I don't mean to have a go at you necessarily, but we need to be serious about this if we want to save lives.
You're quite right. You're quite right about that. That's the procedure. That's what actually should happen. Vehicles on the road have to have requirement, and there are police officers on the road who actually would should ensure that any vehicle that does not meet the requirement, and one of the requirements, if not many, is the lighting system and also the brakes and the mirrors and all that, because the vehicle has to be in a situation wherein if any unforeseen circumstance and incidents like this are on the road, you could be able to apply your brakes and unnecessary measures to ensure that you do not affect the third party or another party on the road. This is relevant, and I think the Gambia Police Force is taking this very seriously. And now that we are having we are getting into 2024, plans also is to ensure that all testing officers equally, all testing officers across the country, because vehicles would have to renew their clearance on the road and all that. So all testing officers who would test these vehicles plans are in place to retrain them, to bring them and reorientate them, and also for them to understand, because this is a loss for the nation. It's tragic, and we can't continue like this, and people are given responsibilities. The Gambia Police Force is given responsibility, and the Gambia Police Force has given responsibility for traffic officers on the road to ensure that every vehicle that is flying our road is in good condition. And like you said, this can't continue, and we are doing everything possible going forward is to ensure that every vehicle in this country has the required requirement to ensure that it is actually on the road. We have issues, especially when it comes to trucks like this. Especially those ones we call it the tipper garas, the tippers that take sand and gravels, from the inland or from the villages, let's say around the Tangies and others. And sometimes they take it for granted because we don't apply the main roads. So as a result, some of the issues around it, but you can't control what it is, any vehicle that is on the road, and the road is every corner of this country. So this is one thing that we are putting into consideration, and we are aware, and these are concerns, and it's affecting the nation, is affecting everything around us, because our people are suffering, people are losing their loved ones and families, and we can't sit by to see this continue.
Yeah. All right, Julia, you have anything for
Piaro? Just like what Mr. Ade said earlier, partly, the reckless drivers are partly responsible for this, but I also think that the authorities are responsible for the, you know, countless accidents that are happening in this country. I mean, we are 8th in the world and, you know, 4th in West Africa. So that is really a staggering figure. So aside from, you know, the initiatives that you're coming up with, do you also have it in mind to really, because you have lots of operations really, and I have not heard you mention Operation Clear the License or Operation Clear the Drivers and all of that. I think you should come up with operations such as these to really, you know, take back license from these drivers that you think that are not really qualified to drive. Do you really have those plans in mind, really? Because I think that this is really getting out of hand, and if something is not done about this, I don't know where we are heading as a country.
Yeah, you're quite right. When we talk about vehicles, we also talk about drivers, because these vehicles are being driven by drivers, and those people equally need to meet the requirement in terms of qualification and all that. I understand where you're coming from, because there have been suggestions to people having to have driver's license when if they are very home without even going through the normal process. And this has been allegations, this have been issues that we are aware to have been happening. But again, it's important to take note of that. And like you said, it's a good suggestion that you have made, and hopefully we will see if we will see, and I think it's a good suggestion that we can venture into and see whether that equally would be able to contribute towards mitigating this alarming incidence or rate of accidents within the country.
Yeah, thank you.
So in terms of, finally, in terms of those that are injured, can you confirm to us how many are injured?
Actually, I know there are about 5 in Bansang and about 7, if I can remember vividly, taken to RVTH, to Edward Francis Moore Teaching Hospital, and with a plus or minus thing, I can't remember vividly, but these are on these numbers.
Thank you very much, Deputy PRO, for always taking your time and talking to us on this morning.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Appreciate it. Yes, thank you very much. That's the Deputy Police PRO there. I think we are able to at least address some of the things that we've been discussing in the office.
Yeah, I mean, as you said earlier, for me it's a bit of an obsession that we have this disgraceful position in the world figures. And it needs to come from the highest level. If I was president of Gambia, I want to, by the time I step down as president, I want to say I'm the man who changed that I did not have a country this small that was in the top 10 for road traffic accidents. I did not have a country where more people died from road traffic accidents in 1 year than from COVID. It needs to come from the highest level, and part of it needs to be change of legislation. There was an incident when somebody plowed into about 2 years ago and killed 5 people. His fine was $1,500. He didn't go to jail because that's what the law says. He was fined. I mean, come on. Well,
I think some of these laws needs to be changed. I mean, they should take a look at it. I think stiff measures should be put in place so that if the penalty is stiff, obviously people will take heed.
If you got a 10 or 15-year jail term for killing people because you drove recklessly, that might help. But not if you're going to get fined $1,500. You could just dip your hand in your pocket and say, yes, I'm fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, we need to be serious about this. Otherwise, really, for me, it's a disgrace that we are even discussing Gambia being in that kind of league of 4 nations when it comes to something like this. But that's where we are. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Mr. Adi, for always joining us on the program.
Sad to leave on such a depressing note. But our condolences. And just to say, on this particular instance, we've contacted some family members because we wanted to do a broader story than just the accident. And we've contacted some family members who've been willing to speak to us. And we will be interviewing them, and they've offered to give us photographs of the people so that we humanize it. They're not just a number. You know,
it's important. All right, so we'll take a short break. After the break, the program continues. We'll be back.
Welcome to Samsung, your one-stop for electronic excellence. We redefine quality with unmatched durability. Experience innovation with our smart TVs, including Neo QLED 8K, 4K and 4K UHD TVs, refrigerators and washing machines featuring diamond drums for soft, clean clothes. But that's not all. Transform your environment with Samsung split and floor standing air conditioners. Cook effortlessly with our 4-burner gas cooker. Stay connected with our wide range of smartphones. With every purchase, you enjoy a complimentary gift from us. Visit our showroom at QCell, Kairaba Avenue or Bursubi Turntable. You can call us on 3333217. Elevate your lifestyle with Samsung.
QCell mooy suñu boss. QCell mooy suñu boss. QCell mooy suñu boss. Soro. Go, ebe da full network suda tili QCell. Ni lafta diamla wati jamala mune diata QCell. Most reliable network dumala keta wati QCell. Wo quality man nyon soto jam ona manke QCell. Ani be wulo ni farole kono walante be bakono jala fayola network ko se taria QCell suñu boss. Ñu fi njëkka indi 3G ñu delu taxi 4G plus and now we bring you 5G. 5G. First and only 5G provider. Suñu boss. Itela follow adi doron nesa keno. Suñu boss. Gambia bela nyon tawa fele QCell. Suñu boss. Ko fasun tawa buka busi QCell. Suñu boss. Itela molti milka kukutol nati Gambia. QCell meta lori la kilianol yele imanyina amanda wala itela ka quality dila dadi ma itele silo wala wodol mume be keno ma. QCell suñu boss. QCell suñu boss. QCell suñu boss. QCell suñu boss. Connection be bambandi QCell suñu boss. QCell most innovative QCell suñu boss.
The future is now. With QCell's 5G network, experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. Your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future. Tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Suñu Bus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell brings you the future with our ultimate bundles. Enjoy the best voice and data bundle plans in one package. Get unlimited data packages with flexible validity and enjoy what true internet feels like. Get 30 minutes of on-net and off-net calls with 5 gigabytes of data for just $350. Or get bigger bundle packages from 10 gigabytes to 20 gigabytes with over 100 on-net and off-net voice calls and enjoy the fastest internet speed in the Gambia. You can also buy 1-day, 3-day or even 7-day packages and enjoy unlimited data bundles with uncapped speeds. Just dial *343# today and experience the limitless capabilities of the QCell network. *343# should be your favorite code to dial now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Step into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system with reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espas Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-2222 or 353-4444.
Yes, we are back. This is QTV This Morning. Now to the second to last segment of the program. Let's talk to Fashion Weekend Gambia. And, you know, it will be, I believe it will be very interesting here because I am a fashion lover, you know.
Love fashion.
Yes, absolutely. Ladies, please introduce yourself.
Okay, hi. Thank you so much for having us. My name is Lena Nyan, and I am the co-founder of Fashion Week in Gambia and also part of the management team.
The management team.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm Soman Jai, also part of the management team.
Yeah. All right. That's beautiful. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. So please, can you take us through the whole idea of Fashion Week in Gambia? Let's start with that.
Okay. So Fashion Week in Gambia started in 2012. Well, it really started in 2011 with the idea of creating a platform for young creatives, mainly designers, obviously, but also, creatives such as photographers, models, artists, etc. So that's where it really started, and then our first show was in 2012. And it was just an idea we had to create this platform. And we did it, and we got really positive reactions, and we decided that we needed to continue. So here we are, 11 years later. So this year we have a marketplace with amazing vendors, made in Gambia products, natural beauty products, fashion, etc. So the idea is that you come, you walk through the marketplace, you do a little bit of shopping, mingling. We have entertainment, cultural and others. And then we have the runway show.
True.
So the runway, we have 20 different designers that are showcasing this year.
All right.
They are all Gambians.
They are not all Gambians. We have a nice mix of Gambian and international designers. So we have about, I think, 11 Gambian designers and 9 internationals. Yeah.
So, I mean, since inception, how far have you gone with this?
Well, like I said, when we started, it was just an idea to create a platform for the youths, really. And it was just something we wanted to do for fun and, something we just wanted to see and attend ourselves. So that's how we started it. And I think as we progressed over the years, we've learned a lot, obviously, how to organize an event and what's needed, and just try to work on just making it better every year, bringing in obviously high quality fashion, but also making a high quality production as well. And it's been a journey. We learn every year. But I think what I see the most is how the fashion scene or the fashion industry has really grown since we started. Because at that time, even to find young people that call themselves designers, there wasn't so many. But now, we have loads of applications every year, people who want to join and really build their businesses through the Fashion Weekend platform.
Okay. So, Jai, the Fashion Week in Gambia, one would thought that because this Fashion Week in Gambia, it's a Gambian thing, and people are expecting to have maybe Gambian costumes, Gambian food, Gambian cultures, traditions. Is this anything to go by, or you're not really focusing on Gambia? You're not Gambianizing it?
Absolutely Gambianizing it. One of the things that we really find important, which is why we're training people within the ecosystem, because that's another differentiator. Whilst it's a fun platform, we're making sure that we're enabling Gambia not only to compete with neighbouring countries that have a much bigger market, we're trying to re-divert Gambian taste back to Gambia. We really home in on the culture. We really learn more ourselves about the different cultures and how they can blend together and manifest themselves in art. But as far as the Gambian focus, for example, this year, we've focused on having Gambian-only models. We've found that recently it's been more and more difficult for our models to get international work and to travel internationally to get work. So we've made sure that instead of having the focus being on come and see us because we're bringing other people to you, we're saying other people come to Gambia because you'll be working with Gambians, and that's one area where we stand really, really strongly and firmly.
So this is really costly. The venue itself says it all. Are you in partnership with anybody?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the only way we do it. We're really proud to be able to say, I mean, even us coming here today is part of a long-standing partnership that we've had with QTV and other sort of media houses. But things like Combo Beach, there are partners in this. We certainly would never be able to afford to have a brand spanking new hotel for 2 nights while still paying our models, while still paying our team, while still bringing the lights and the production standards that we think that our designers deserve and our models deserve. So yeah, absolutely, things like GT Board are partners with us. We've had conversations with various ministries where now after 10, 11 years they're kind of looking and saying, actually, you guys are directly employing youths, directly training youths and giving them work skills. And you know, these are the things that really make us feel proud. Whilst it's great to have something that's fun and that fashionistas like your beautiful selves can come to and feel like, you know, we're part of the world and not just because it's Gambia, let's just make this table the runway, let's just taka malan and say that that's culture. Let's really kind of like dig deep and have a think about what we stand for as a country, what things we like, what things we want to see more of, and to really encourage that.
I think your runway is fascinating. I mean, I love it. When I looked at it, I was like, is this Gambia? Actually, is that Gambia? How did you do that? I mean, I've seen sort of a design on the pool or something.
Yes.
How were you able to come up with this idea?
Well, I think what we do every year, we just try to find new ways to make the runway different. Obviously, you can just, like someone said, you can just put the runway out there and say, like, here's the runway in any place, really. But, you know, after 11 years...
look at that. That's a beautiful song.
Yeah. And that's made in Gambia, literally.
Oh, this?
Yes.
Absolutely. Materials, sustainable materials sourced. Because, of course, kind of like, you know, we can't be a sustainable show if we're chopping down half our trees to build the runway. But it's like, you know, like Lena says, every single time we have people who've come every single year, and what we don't want them to feel like this felt like last year or this felt like 2015. We want them to be like, I wonder when I'm going to come and see, and this time I'm sure I'm going to be surprised yet again.
But next time, I think it needs to be a little bit wide.
A little bit wide.
I don't want them to fall in the water.
Are you coming up with anything different in terms of the runway, not just that, their dresses, and also you introduced the marketplace. Is this the usual thing? Like,
yes, so we've been doing marketplace for the past,
It's
I don't know.
been 5 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, we want to give people something a little bit extra. And I think also, you know, we're known for showing up late. So we want to make sure that we have something that can entice people to come early and also obviously support the young entrepreneurs that are selling. So, you know, we want to incorporate all the different elements of fashion and entertainment into the program. So you're not just coming for a runway show, but you get a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
So for someone who has never gone to Fashion Week in Gambia, and you know, I am really hoping to go there, convince me that, okay, this is going to be the best fashion weekend in the Gambia. Yeah, convince us.
Oh, can I say?
Yes.
We've got so much modesty wear because I can definitely see that your culture comes first in how you bring yourself. And I think for too long we've associated high fashion or like fashion weeks here with and I think it's important, again, when you were talking about culture and you're talking about Gambia, is to express all sides. Yes, some of the models will be wearing short skirts, some of the guys may be bare-chested, but that's the designer's choice. So one thing that we'd like to make very clear is the designers have their creative license, and we have some guidance because we want it to be something that when it's shown on TV, on our national TV and abroad, that it shows respect for our culture, our norms, and we are more conservative than other countries. But at the same time, there's different ways for modesty wear to come. Lujot shouldn't always have to look the same. There's techniques that you can add in. And this is something that we want to show you, the pick of the best people that have come to us and that we think deserve your time and your attention and your support. So this is something that we'd love to invite you on that note. Because I know you would tell us what you don't like and you'll buy what you love.
Yeah, now let's focus on the day, which is very important.
Venue as well.
The venue. the day, and you know, how are people going to get tickets? I mean, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the event is this Friday and Saturday at Combo Beach. So that's the new Combo Beach in Kotu. And tickets are available on the Cashma app. So you can just download the app, you go and top up your account, and then you can see all the different tickets that we have available. So we do have regular and VIPs for both nights, or we offer also the weekend pass, which is a little bit cheap if you want to come for 2 nights. If you have any issues downloading the app, you can either contact us directly, or you can come to the door and purchase your tickets. So you can contact us. We have all our details on our website, which is fashionweekingambia.gm, or social media. We're on Instagram as well as Fashion Week in Gambia. So if you send us a message, then we'll be able to direct you how to get tickets. But like I said, it's also available at the door.
Is it the same price, or you have it where in instances where they say advance ticket?
Yeah, a little bit touch on the price.
Yes. So we encourage everybody to pre-buy their tickets. It will be a little bit cheaper than coming to the door. And also, you know, we just want to make sure that it's convenient as well. So when you arrive at the door, you don't need to queue up or wait in line. You can just enter with your ticket.
Yeah. So finally, what do you have for young designers, you know, that want to venture into this?
Oh, that's a great question. We really wholeheartedly believe in training. That not everyone is at a standard where we feel that they can represent Gambia at something that's 11 years old. We always encourage that. For example, Anzi's design not only dressed me today, but we're doing a mentorship program where he's taken on board 3 young designers who've just graduated from Gambia. And he's been coaching them through the process of how to change from having individual designs to having a collection. So they get to see the back door. This is about we've received the benefit of people helping us and advising us in ways. We simply can't take the credit for doing all of it. Again, the designers have benefited from other people helping them, and these are the ones who are really kind of mindful of the help they've received, so they need to share it and pass it on, so that we'll have, in time, 10 different shows, all with fantastic designers, and people will be coming because they know that our fashion scene is the best.
True. Yes, and see you on Friday and Saturday, ladies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you very much for coming on the program, and I hope I and Julde will also be there.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So viewers, will take a short break. After the break, the program continues. We'll be back.
Place to promote your product or place your advert? Look no further than QTV. We are the premier destination for businesses looking to connect with Gambian audiences and beyond. At QTV, we offer a variety of advertising solutions to suit your needs and budget. With our diverse range of programming, you can be sure that your ad will reach a broad and engaged audience. From our popular news broadcast to our exciting music and entertainment programming, QTV has something for everyone. QTV, the premier destination for advertising in the Gambia. Contact us today and let us help you reach your audience. Banking the smart way with the new Ajib Bank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Ajib Bank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Ajib Bank, your investment partner. You asked for it, and QCell is giving it to you with our new and improved Sunyu Bundle Mega Promo. Now you can get more data at cheaper prices. Buy any of our bundle packages and enjoy massive discounts. Dial *303# and enjoy browsing on the network with the biggest coverage. Buy a 20 megabytes data bundle for as low as $7 and 50 bottles today or purchase bigger bundles up to 20 gigabytes. Yes, that's right, 20 gigabytes of data at your fingertips. With our mega promo bundles, you can browse more, chat longer, and stay connected on the go, anytime, anywhere. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell. We innovate. Orders follow. Terms and conditions apply.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G Internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
We're back, and this is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde. Our heartfelt condolences goes out to the family of the late Gorgui Mboup. May he so rest in perfect peace. I mean, he was a pivot when it comes to the security sector in the Gambia. I mean, he was manning the anti-crime unit of the Gambia, and we've seen the significant changes he made during his tenure before he moved to Farafenni. Yes, so now let's head to Sports Wall with our own Mamadou Gajaga. And Gajaga, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Balde.
How are you feeling? You look fresh this morning.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to sit here and talk about sports.
Yes.
Yes, so we are talking about the Gambia's campaign to the Africa Cup of Nations, Côte d'Ivoire 2023. The competition kickstart in January. That's just next month. 32 days to go exactly before the tournament will start. And money is what we are talking about. $388 million is what is being budgeted for the campaign. And this $388 million, to put it into context, is from when the Gambia starts the competition from the first game if they get to the final, up to the final. So that's the budget, $388 million.
Wow.
Last Wednesday, I attended a press conference where a committee that was set up to be able to raise this money is called the National Coordinating Committee. And they gave us some updates that we can share with the public. Let's hear from them. The Gambia national team, the Scorpions, are preparing to compete in their second consecutive Africa Cup of Nations AFCON tournament in January, which will be held in Côte d'Ivoire. A budget of $388 million has been set aside for the entire tournament, from the group stage to the final. Musa Sise, head of the National Coordinating Committee's Media and Publicity Committee, provided an update.
So here today, this is what's on the table. The Ministry, the Finance, the Minister of Finance, the Minister of Youth and Sports, the Gambia Football Federation sat together to work out this budget, and it is acceptable. What happened last time in Cameroon was that it's unfortunate. The preparation that was made and the budget presented was just to see us through to the first round. So which was sad, because we almost prescribe ourselves to fail. So we surprised all of us, we surprised ourselves, we surprised the country. Hence the reason why the finance ministry had to run back and forth trying to get money, because it was never budgeted for. This time around, the NCC and the Federation decided, you know what, we need to budget all the way.
The National Coordinating Committee is asking for public and private sector support to implement this budget because, as according to them, the government cannot do it alone. A caravan tour, a fundraising dinner, and other revenue-generating methods will be used to raise the necessary funds. Corporate entities are also encouraged to contribute to this national effort. There is also an offer of returns if the company invests up to $10 million.
The letters has been sent to all major businesses in the country, asking them to come forward and be part of a success story. Remember, it is about Gambia, not about me or Kaba or anybody. It's about all of us. So we hope they will respond in time to at least contribute to the budget that has been announced, so that we as a people can have a successful campaign in Ivory Coast. This is what we are talking about. We're looking for GSM partner, we're looking for hotel partners, we're looking for energy, oil company partners, like, you know, we're looking for bank partners. We're looking for any kind of partners who can come forward. We will accommodate you in a way.
Lamin Kababajo, president of the Gambia Football Federation, has urged the public, but particularly businesses, to support the AFCON campaign. He stresses that investing in football is not a waste of money.
We appreciate government support, the meager resources that they're able to, you know, deny other sectors and put into football and other sports. But we also want to assure the government and also the citizens who own those funds that these monies are not going into vain. Sports and football is no longer fun and just physical fitness. It's a heavy, a very big business industry now. Therefore, any dime or butu that we took from the government, the public coffers, put it into football or into this particular venture is worth the while. If you look at, you journalists know better than I, you can close your eye and give me a list of 200 Gambians who are playing across the globe at professional level, at all levels, from Senegal to China. And each of these people contribute to the country's GDP monthly, weekly, yearly. Gambia's economy has a big dependence on the remittance from diaspora.
On December 27th, the national team will travel to Saudi Arabia for a training camp before heading to Morocco for the final phase of the camp. According to the National Coordinating Committee, there are also plans to charter a plane on which the team will travel to ensure a successful AFCON campaign.
That's a lot of millions, you know.
A lot of millions, but if you do the conversion rate,
yes,
into dollars, just $6 million.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money for Gambia, but other big footballing nations, that's just like a tip of the iceberg. Yeah, countries like Morocco, countries like Algeria, and you know, countries like Tunisia, their football budget is, you know, maybe twice or three times this budget. But it's Gambia, so it's about money, it's about contributing, it's about helping the successful campaign of the national team. You all remember the last time we participated in the competition in Cameroon, which was our first time. The Gambia reached the quarterfinals. So who knows, this time around, maybe we can even give it a much better performance to go up to the semi-finals.
True.
So the public support is needed, especially corporate companies. So basically, that's it. And also, if you look at the Gambia's campaign this time around, we are in the same group with Senegal. In fact, our first game is against Senegal. And in the same group also with Guinea. Guinea is a team that we were paired with in the last AFCON, and we defeated them. So there's a lot to play for, and we're looking forward to the competition.
True. Well, I mean, with a proper coordination, I think we should be able to gather some of those funds to be able to steer our boys to the AFCON. I mean, this is very significant for us to do. But with the team that I saw, I think I am impressed. They should be able to do it. Mr. Sise said they are calling on oil companies, they are calling on GSM partners to come and partner with them. I think gathering the funds, you know, would be a little bit hectic, but they should be there. And
he also talks about the availability of kind of an advertisement for companies, especially if you contribute up to $10 million, there could be a slot given to you, maybe in the form of any advertisement, the national team, because it's a big thing. The Africa Cup of Nations is Africa's football showpiece, is the highest stage of African football. So if you associate with yourself with that, obviously the returns would be very good.
True. Yes. So,
what really happens if this money, they were not able to secure this money? What is really at stake?
Well, all I know is this money is the budget. As they said it, it's going to be the estimate all the way up to the final. That is if Gambia makes it up to that level. But even if they fell short, I am sure the government sees football as important because the last AFCON campaign was almost 99% funded by the Gambia government. So they would step in. It's a lot of money when you look at our budget and how much budget is giving to different ministries, even the budget of 2024. Last week we were talking about it here. So a lot of money. So this is not small money.
Yeah, we are calling on all companies. I mean, this would be part of your social corporate responsibilities, at least to chip in and support. Absolutely. You know, because this has to do with Gambia. If other countries are going and, you know, their people are funding it, why not us? I think football now have gone beyond just watching football.
It's a business entity.
It's a business now.
So some of these players who are in the national team play for big clubs in Europe and Asia, and you know, the returns that they get from there, what they've been paid weekly, the money comes back to Gambia, majority of it, and then they invest here, they build houses here, they create employment. So it's a worthwhile. I think if you invest into football, it's generally for the good of the greater population of Gambia.
Thank you, Momodu Gajaga. That's all we have for the sports world. And, you know, we are hoping to coming back on this platform with the news that, I mean, the money's been already gathered.
Yes, looking forward to that.
All right, thank you.
It's a pleasure, thank you.
So we'll take a short break. After the break, we'll be talking to personnel from Bundung Maternal and Health Clinic on their awards. We'll be right back.
Q Money is back again with an offer of a lifetime. You can now buy Sunyu Bundle data packages directly from your Q Money wallet for half the price. Get all Sunyu Bundle packages from 20 megabytes to 20 gigabytes and enjoy the biggest internet data discount in the market. Just dial *323# now. Choose option 4 and start buying your favorite Sunyu Bundle package half the price only with Q Money. Pay less and stay connected with the most reliable internet service in the Gambia. For more information, call 133 Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
The art of juggling is a true spectacle of agility, coordination, and speed. A symbol of progression, precision, and mastery. .5G speed is like having the juggler in your pocket.
This looks amazing.
With lightning-fast download and upload speeds, you'll easily be able to juggle even the busiest workdays. Whether you're a busy entrepreneur, a creative, or just someone who wants to stay connected. Juggle your tasks with ease with QCell 5G speed. The future is here. It's fast, reliable, and efficient. First brought to you by QCell. We innovate, others follow.
Welcome to Samsung, your one-stop for electronic excellence. We redefine quality with unmatched durability. Experience innovation with our smart TVs, including Neo QLED, 8K, 4K, and 4K UHD TVs, refrigerators, and washing machines, featuring diamond drums for soft, clean clothes. But that's not all. Transform your environment with Samsung split and floor standing air conditioners. Cook effortlessly with our 4-burner gas cooker. Stay connected with our wide range of smartphones. With every purchase, you enjoy a complimentary gift from us. Visit our showroom at QCell, Kairaba Avenue or Bursubi Turntable. You can call us on 333-217. Elevate your lifestyle with Samsung.
QCell mooy suñu boss. QCell mooy suñu boss. QCell mooy suñu boss. Soro. Go. Ebe dawa da full network suta tili. QCell. Ni lafta diamla wati jamala mune diata.
This is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Abalde. On the platform, I'm with Julden Jai. Now let's talk to Bundung Maternal Health Clinic. I mean, we've been following some of the happenings at Bundung Maternal Health Clinic for a very long time. And there is no doubt many people in this country recommended them as one of the best hospitals in this country. And, you know, for getting to that destination, I think it's hard work that gets you there. We have the team from Bundung. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
Yes, it's good to have you here. Is this your first time or the second time? I think I invited you one time.
On the radio show?
Oh, okay. It's a different
Before
person
the award,
then.
yes.
Yes. Please introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Fantaseka Jau, and I'm the Deputy CEO of Bundung Maternal and Child Health Hospital.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yes.
My name is Dr. Stephanie Awamende. I work in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynae.
Okay. All right. It's good to have you here, ladies. I mean, why is it not balanced? You did not balance it. You're not fair to the men. I mean, I was expecting to see Abdullah, but I've seen two ladies here.
Yes, it is. You know, Bundung Maternal, as the name implies,
Yeah.
is maternal and child health.
Yeah.
And you know, in the health sector, most of the staff are women.
Are women.
Really. And that hospital also, maybe around 70% or something of the hospital are females.
Okay,
yes.
all right. I mean, let's talk about the awards. I mean, the management of the hospital came out outright, I mean, to award some of its staff. I've seen even the most punctual staff awarded, you know, most hardworking, you know, dedicated. I've seen all those awards. Please take us through the awards, Deputy CEO.
Yes, yes. I'm the Deputy CEO, as I said, and I was also the chair of the award committee.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so a committee of 7 members were selected by the CEO. In fact, first let me tell you people that the CEO, we are here on his behalf, because he should have been here, but he sent 2 of us to come and represent him here.
Okay.
Yes, so anything that we will be saying is like...
So you are using, you are saying on behalf of the CEO.
On behalf of the
It's coming out of your mouth,
and
but
also
it's
on
from
my
the
own
CEO.
behalf. Yes,
Okay, okay.
also on my own behalf.
Okay, okay, all right.
Yes, so a committee of 7 were selected, and it took us about 6 months. It was very difficult. It's a very difficult task, you know, to select the best among the best.
Yeah.
Because that hospital, every staff, I can tell you, every staff working at that hospital deserve to win the award.
True.
So it was a very tough task that we were given, but we also tried our own best, our utmost. We did our utmost to make sure we also selected the best among the best, as I said. So it took us like, we were looking at punctuality. Yes, we had some indicators that we were looking at. So punctuality was one of them. Like we also have our biometric attendance. We were looking at that one. We were looking at the personal files. We were looking at the attitude of the staff and their relationship with people, because it's very important.
True.
Because it's only teamwork that can give us like that can take us up. So we were looking at those things, and we also involved the staff by giving 40% to voting. So we gave everybody chance to also select the best. So it was a very tough process.
Aside from the committee that was set.
Yes, apart from the committee, we had 60% of the, like it was divided into 60 and 40.
Okay.
60% was
the committee,
and
40 was the staff.
40 was the staff.
Okay.
So that was how we did it. Though it was, as I said, very tough, but we came out getting the best.
Yeah.
And everybody agreed with us when we announced the results. Everybody was really
happy,
amazed.
Yes, all right. So at this point, let's engage Doctor. Doctor, please take us through some of the things that you people, do at the hospital. That leads to awarding these people.
I was not actually a part of the award committee.
Yeah.
Yes. Because I was also among those
winners.
Winners.
Okay. She was awarded.
Yes, in fact,
What's her?
The best doctor of the year.
Oh,
congratulations!
Wow, congrats.
Thank
Yes,
you.
yes.
But as she said, they had various parameters that they looked into, and then of course, staffs were selected from various departments because they wanted it to be like all inclusive. At least you're not awarding just one sector of the hospital and leaving the other sector, because Bundung Maternal and Child Health Hospital, sorry, I saw clinic there, but it's actually Child Health Hospital.
Oh, it's Child Health Hospital. Make sure you change that.
Or
we don't want to go to court, please.
No, it's Bundung Maternal and Child Hospital.
Oh, Child Hospital.
Yes.
All right. It must be Bakari.
Yes, so at the end of the day, as I said, it's all inclusive, and of course the parameters that they use, for me, I think they were really good, that they gave also the staff the opportunity for them to also select the people that they thought were actually the best. Okay, yes, at the end of the day, the committee, if you have a committee, that is just one part of the whole process. But then when you have the staffs actually selecting, because these are people that work with individuals, so they'll be able to give their own perspective or their own version to say, okay, this person I feel is the best or amongst these people. Okay, so they had selected, I think in the groups, they had 3 people in a group that were being selected. Like 3 people were selected for a particular category. Then among the 3, then the best was actually selected. Okay, so as I said, all departments of the hospitals were included, accounts, ANC. Of course, we know Bundung Maternal and Child Hospital to be like the only maternity hospital in the Gambia. And what we focus on is maternity care and of course child health. That is our main focus. Despite that, we also see emergencies because Bundung Maternal and Child Hospital is actually located in the community. So you cannot say, because we're seeing only mothers and children, when any other person comes, you can't care for them. It's a hospital at the end of the day. Okay, so what we offer is we offer emergency services to some medical emergencies that we can't actually admit or take care of. So then after then we usually transfer them to another tertiary health facility like Edward Francis Small Teaching Hospital. Yes.
So you are the best doctor of the year. What does it really take to be the best of the best?
Oh my goodness, that's a difficult one. Sometimes I find it very hard to talk about myself. I always prefer people to talk about me than me actually putting myself out there.
Yeah, but at least it will serve as a motivation for others to actually follow your footsteps to be the best as well.
That's right. Okay, to be selected as the best doctor of the year, I truly appreciated the award to begin with. But it's really not easy because you put more weight on my shoulders to actually say, okay, you're the best, so we expect you to continue performing and all of these things. Yes. And then the other thing is, of course, it will also give opportunity to my colleagues to also work hard. Despite saying that, every doctor in Bundung honestly deserves an award. Okay, I just happen to be selected among all of them, which they truly appreciate, but the issue is, even that award, I actually dedicated it to my colleagues because I know what everyone goes through. Okay, everyone is obviously hardworking, but sometimes, things happen that probably you fall short in one aspect or another, and that is where the difference happens.
Yes,
okay, but to be honest, everybody does.
I wish, we have had a lot of time to discuss a lot of things, but Julde, quickly acknowledge your sponsor for this clothes before we close the program.
Balde, thank you. So my sponsor for this morning, my outreach is sponsored by Njai Chara World Market. He's located at Serekunda. You can contact him at 5910785, 5910785. He's at Serekunda for all your wares.
Thank you. All right, ladies, thank you very much. I wish we had more time to discuss more. But, nevertheless, we will come back here another time.
Yes.
Yes, viewers, until we come your way again tomorrow, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.